Hello everyone and welcome back to Speed Build Sunday. Today we are finally working on the retail store, which takes a lot less time than the bakery did. It's not super great. I feel like I just could not figure out 100% what I wanted to do with the space or anything like that. I feel like retail spaces are hard to kind of set up. But I kind of went with that this is kind of like a younger, like this is where like the teens or the young adults come to shop for clothes and whatnot. So I put the little counter there to take up some space, and I consider that the little break room. I really didn't know what to do with such a small space, so I just put like a little fridge where they can buy cheap snacks or store their lunch or whatever, and then I ended up putting like a chair and a little TV on the wall, so that way they can sit there, relax, watch TV, whatever, on their break. And then there is like the little stairs back there and a little like walkway up to the apartment, which we also work on the apartment. I went with like almost kind of the opposite of the last build. Instead of making it bright and fun and girly, this one's a little more dark and a little more modern versus that would be a little more vintage. You also see me exchanging a few things in the other build. I did get the new businesses and hobbies pack, so you'll see I got the display case and I wanted that for the bakery so bad, so I knew I was putting that in there. And then I found that sign when I was looking through the retail stuff and hung that up because it's literally a bakery sign, so it made sense. And then I found a little sign that pops up front. I feel like that looks really cute to write the little specials and whatnot of the day on. And then I wanted to use one of the new wallpapers for the walls, but it just did not work out. I thought about doing an accent wall, but I couldn't really figure out what I wanted to do there, and I think I just kind of struggled with the inspiration. I also put that door there. I don't know how I love that door, but I think it's not too bad. It's very basic. I did use the new floor from the new pack, and I used a bit more of the new pack upstairs, but not a whole ton, because the main goal of the pack isn't to be necessarily a decor pack, but more of an activities pack. Then I will fiddle fart with these stairs for a minute, and they take a second. And as I'm building this, like I'm kind of peeking at the new stuff, and you'll see me kind of stop and look at all the stuff, and like some of it, like I'm showing my boyfriend who was watching me when I was building this. She's like, "Oh yeah, look at this cool thing! Look at that cool thing! Look at this cool thing!" And that's just kind of what I was doing. So you'll see here that we are putting in these stairs. Re-putting in the stairs because they like messed up. Then I put mirrors all throughout the retail space. I was like, oh, like people are shopping for clothes, they're gonna want to buy like they're gonna be able to see what they're like looking at what night, how it might look on them, especially because I didn't really put like a dressing room in this building. But I could have done that, like where I put the back little break room where we're at now, but I just didn't. I was kind of like, I don't really want to rearrange the whole space for it, because realistically they're not actually going to use it anyway. And they just see me here trying to put like a low profile TV on the wall, so hopefully it's still playable with the TV on the wall. I'm not 100% sure that it will be, but then we'll get into this apartment. And if you watched the last build, you know kind of the aesthetic of the apartments are that they are kind of quirky and weird for how they are set up, because they're old, like really old apartments. They kind of give me the energy of like New York City apartments. And so that's what we're working on here, is just setting up these apartments. And you'll see this one's a lot more updated in my opinion. Like I was kind of what I was going for, is this one's the more updated apartment. The person who like maintains this apartment or whatever, they went with updating it. I don't know if my theory is that like whoever owns the retail store owns this one and whoever owns the bakery owns the other one, or if they're owned by the same person. I kind of like the idea that like the person who owns each like business owns the apartment above them. They're just connected because of the way the building was built and whatnot, and just kind of the nature of the buildings. But that's that. I'm trying to somewhat match the hardware, and I want a darker like bath, like a darker like tile in the bathtub, but that didn't really necessarily come with a darker like hardware in the bathroom. Then you'll see here I'm doing the kitchen along this little like wall. So like they have to walk down that little hallway to get into the apartment. So that's kind of some dead space there. So like I don't want to leave just this whole hallway with nothing. So I did put a kitchen here. And I do go back and change the color of the wallpaper, or not the wallpaper, the cabinets to be black, which I didn't do here. I come back to do it again because I just didn't like the, it's like, it's not a gray as much as it's like a weird blue. This is where I kind of started a little, I couldn't decide if I wanted to put an actual bed in here because part of me was like, I love this new bed, but I didn't want to put that in because this was a perfect opportunity to use a Murphy bed, and I don't use them very often, but I love the idea of them. So I thought since this is like a studio apartment over like the other one being a 1-bedroom apartment, they don't have a separate living and sleeping space. So being able to have it kind of be a Murphy bed I thought would work perfect for this space. And I don't regret it. I think it kind of fits it. I don't love the fact that the couch is kind of blue, but we only have like 5 or 6 swatches for that Murphy bed, which is so weird. So it's kind of an off-colored couch, but it's kind of what I had to work with. Then I found this cool new rug. It's just a plain black rug, which I love. And then here's where I go back and change the cabinets back. And then after this is where I kind of am like teetering with the new stuff and messing with the new stuff. Start with trying to put a little bit of decor in the apartment, but I couldn't fully figure out what I want to put on the walls because I'm trying to kind of have it be like more like, okay, maybe a younger, like a guy lives here, mid-20s, whatever, he just kind of wants like his little bachelor pad. So this isn't the greatest, that there isn't a lot of options for decor for this kind of style. It's just kind of monochromatically. I just kind of want it to be like black, maybe black and white, like just those darker colors. So I'm going with this like wine poster. It was like the only one that really looked good. And this is where I'm kind of looking at like, oh, look at the fireplaces we got. And then picked a little plant to put in the corner to add a little bit of liveliness to the space. I should have probably adjusted the color of it to have like a darker base, but I didn't even think about it. And then I put these black curtains up to kind of maybe they're blackout curtains or whatnot, but they add a little more to the space. And then I also tucked a little dining table in there. And then I found this piece. And this little piece I thought would work perfect right there. And then I asked my boyfriend, what do you think of that? I think it's nice because it adds kind of like a divider between the mannequins and the business. But that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. If you did, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment down below for any suggestions you have for speed builds or anything else. And if you want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe because I make tons of Minecraft and Sims content. Bye, everyone.